I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Divorce proceedings are underway. And Steve, at this point, all I could say is what I have is my faith. If it wasn't for God, I probably would have, lost my mind or something in this instance. People don't see what happens when these mics go off.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to brighten up the place. So let's get into this podversation. So you heard that little clip that I played from Shirley's strawberry letter, which, to be honest, I feel like it was Shirley's apology letter to Steve, because it was more so about Steve and Marjorie than it was about her. But, listening to her say this and saying, cut to today, I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Divorce proceedings are on the way. Listen, after all of the calls that we have heard thus far, and I believe there's more to come, I just can't feel like she would have moved forward with divorcing this man had she not been forced to do so. I don't believe that this was her choice. I somewhat feel that this was by force, like literally by force, because she even said, all I have right now left is this job. Because she said she's staying with friends. She doesn't have a home. I don't really know what her circumstances have been over the years, but she has been working with Steve Harvey for many years now. She is a woman of, close to being 70 years old, and she doesn't own a home. I don't know how much her paychecks are. Never seen her pay stub. Definitely don't know what her bank account is looking like. And I surely don't know what her entire life situation has been like. But even with all of the criminal activities that he had been doing over all of the years, pretty much a life of crime, you could say, about him, and all of the years that she has worked, and they weren't, I guess, living separately in terms of the finances, but yet and still she was working a legitimate job. She didn't have her own home, even just something small. Like, I don't get that. I really don't believe that she left this marriage, if she's even left, to be honest with you, because we know that people could say, yeah, no longer speaking to that person. We're going through a divorce and filing. I haven't seen any paperwork yet, so that is yet to be established. All we have right now is her word. But I do believe that they said she has not had any phone communications with him. But that doesn't mean that she hasn't been writing him, because even though I don't believe she knew that the phone call recordings were going to get out to the public, I do believe that something from him that was said to her at some point during these communications probably stopped her having the phone conversations with him, because remember, he kept saying later on in the calls, I can't really talk on the phone. So with her doing the Shirley apology letter to Steve on air to the public, I feel that this decision that she made, it was done by force and not because she chose to leave finally, because she was really believing him. Like, I don't know what she was thinking, who would be out there that was trying to frame him. Like, who is he for anyone to want to frame him? Like, really, who is he for anyone to want to frame? And for them to just keep holding him to try to find things that they could put on him so they could stack up all of these charges. All of the charges that this man has is absolutely crazy. If you go to Fulton County, Georgia, inmate search, and you look at the list of charges, I am going to lie. It's immense. And if you just go to type in Ernest Williams, and you may not even spell it right because the way I spelled it, they have it spelled a different way. In the database, they have it spelled like the word earn, E-S-T. So Ernest, E-A-R-N-E-S-T. I put in Ernest, and there is definitely a list of Ernest Williams, so it's not an uncommon name. But if you look at all of the others, it's these other people, they have like 1 or 2, maybe up to 5 charges. This man has so many charges. It is in Roswell Police Department as well as Fulton County Sheriff's Office. There's conspiracy to commit a felony. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those charges. Another one, deposit account fraud, bad check $1,500 or more, theft by deception, felony, theft of services, felony, aggravated sexual battery, aggravated sodomy, child, PORN, possible possession, of material, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, conspiracy to commit a felony, 1, 2 of those in Fulton County. The other 8 of those were in Roswell. Financial transaction card fraud. That's 1, 2, 3 of those. RAPE. There's 1 of those. Sexual battery, a misdemeanor, 1 of those. Theft by deception, a felony. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. And trafficking a person for sexual servitude, a felony. As well as there's another one listed that says foreign county. I have no idea what that even means. This man has so many charges. Who in the world would be out here trying to frame this man for all of these things, for all of this? This is absolutely insane. So it's like, did you not look up his records to see what they were saying at that point in time versus her sitting there saying that she has to see her daughter as the enemy and she has all of these haters and they want her life. They're jealous of her. It sounds like she didn't really have much but maybe luxury vehicle or 2 to drive, maybe 1 in her name and 1 in his name or his business name, however he chose to do that. And a home that she was renting as well as paying her daughter's rent. So her connection to Steve Harvey, maybe that's something that somebody would be envious of. But all of this is absolutely insane.
No one wants that. I mean, what can I say to you after this, happened? I was devastated. I mean, absolutely devastated. I mean, I thought of everything. I could lose my job. How could I face you? Everything. What I'm going through is what I'm going through, and I've been going through it for over a year. I just haven't spoken about it. Then on top of all that, these tapes come out and I'm talking about you and Marjorie, and you guys are going through your own private hell right now.
Did you hear that? That does not make sense if nothing is going on with Steve and Marjorie. For her to say, you guys are going through your own personal hell right now. Him making some, him referencing some gossip about something possibly not going on in their marriage because rumors are out there. And then I believe when the rumors came out and he came out to speak against it, and then some Instagram person, I think it was somebody in Nigeria, came out to say that we spoke to Steve and we found out that the rumors are absolutely just that. They're just rumors. Nothing is going on with he and Marjorie, and they are very happily married. And to me, when I read that, because I read that in an article, I was like, something doesn't sound right about that, because Why would Steve Harvey be speaking to some Nigerian blogger about his marriage? If there was a rumor out there that something was going on between him and Marjorie's marriage and they reported on it, like he even said, we normally don't deal with blogs. We normally don't talk about them. So why would he talk to them? You get what I'm saying? That doesn't make a bit of sense to me. For her to sit there and say, you guys are going through your own personal hell right now, when he came out and he was speaking at the Earn Your Leisure event, and at that moment in time, he came out and he made a little quick statement referencing the rumor.
Before I get started, just let me say, I'm fine. Marjorie's fine. I don't know what y'all doing, but find something else to do. We fine.
Steve Harvey and his wife Marjorie shutting down cheating rumors. Steve spoke to a crowd during an event in Atlanta addressing claims that have been floating around online that his wife has been unfaithful. Rumors began circulating on social media that Marjorie cheated on Steve with his bodyguard and personal chef, though no proof has been provided.
I don't know what y'all doing, but find something else to do. We fine.
As for Marjorie, she's shutting down the claims on Instagram.
Ain't that crazy? Yeah.
Sharing a screenshot of an online guide on how to handle being lied about, alongside a Bible verse about hurled insults.
I'm in the life-changing business. I'm not in the soul-saving business. I'm not qualified to do that.
Marjorie says, my husband and I don't usually stop to address all the foolishness and lies that have been spread about us. However, to whom much is given, much is required.
I figured, okay, this is the game, right? Where did I meet you?
Oh,
First time we met.
Memphis,
Where?
at a comedy club.
Okay. How did we meet? Tell them exactly how we met. Tell them first thing I said to you. Tell them how we met.
I was late.
You were late. Came to a comedy club. She came down front with her girlfriend.
Yeah.
When I saw her, I quit breathing.
He stopped the show, actually.
Steve and Marjorie reconnected after that meet and greet in 1990. The comedian had since finalized his divorce from his second wife, Mary, in 2005. The couple tied the knot in 2007, blending their respective families, which include 7 children and 7 grandchildren.
All the kids' birthdays, she knows them. You know, we got grandkids now. The grandkids' birthdays is the carnival at the house. I've never seen this ridiculous. Their Christmases is stuff made out of movies, man. But that's Marjorie. She's a big planner.
And they just celebrated their 16th wedding anniversary in Lake Como, Italy.
You got a feel in a soul that I need in my life.
While giving fans a behind-the-scenes peek at their wedding anniversary photo shoot.
So you heard all of that. He was on the stage at the Earn Your Leisure event that they had down in Atlanta. He was speaking on it at that time. So if he shut it down then, and then the phone calls came out, and again, Shirley didn't go into any detail about Steve and Marjorie. He didn't say, you know, this bitch or whatever. Like, she did not dog Marjorie. She said Steve is scared of her, and I believe it. I believe it. And she alluded to the fact that she wasn't there, but that is up to the listener to figure out or try to decipher what that really means. Again, because I spoke about that before. So for her to come out and give this apology on the radio show, on the morning show, and say that you guys are going through your own personal hell right now, and then he's trying to blast the bloggers about just sharing information that they either have heard about or maybe a source told them exclusively. it's like where there's smoke, there's fire. And nobody's here trying to destroy their marriage in terms of speaking about the rumors. Now, if there's some stuff going on in their marriage, and maybe there might be somebody that's wanting to keep sleeping with Shirley or possibly keep sleeping with Steve that is not in the marriage, those would be the only ones that would be trying to destroy the marriage, not people talking about it, because no one's out here rooting for their marriage to fail. But if you heard that clip, if you listened to what the person on Entertainment Tonight, because that's where that clip came from that I was playing, said, it was that he met her, and then when they met again, he was married to Mary when they met. But they're trying to make it sound like, oh, it was just a little chance meeting. She just happened to come into the comedy club and whatever. But he was already going through some stuff, but we didn't do anything. You know, it's like that Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade thing where they tried to make it seem like they were just friends. And then he did his wife dirty, Siobhan Funches. And then you want to get in a relationship after you did Siobhan dirty, and then you marry Gabrielle after the fact. To me, that's sort of what this situation looks like, because we believe, based on the information that we have been able to hear before he put all these gag orders on his ex-wife and shut down people that had communications and connections with her that weren't willing to put her story out there because she wasn't able to speak about it. It looks like he did his second wife, because he had a first wife. It looks like he did his second wife dirty, just like Dwayne Wade did his wife, Siobhan. And then you got with the more, whatever, if you want to say, the more attractive woman. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so I'm not even going to say that. Because Marjorie, she's a pretty woman. I'm not going to say she's the most beautiful woman out there. But Steve, looking like a big black goofy, he's definitely not the most attractive man either. And he knows that he would never be with anyone like that if it were not for the status that he had. He has the status, and he definitely has money. But based on a conversation that I had with someone, because I don't follow any of these people on social media, but from the information that I was told about the way she's living and the handbags that she has, like $300,000 handbags, like, let's just be honest. It's not like Steve Harvey is making $100 million a year. Steve Harvey is not Elon Musk. He's not Jeff Bezos. Steve Harvey is working rich. He's not wealthy in terms of people that you look at, like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Like, yeah, these people, they do some work. But Steve Harvey, he is actually literally working to earn his paychecks. He isn't hiring a whole bunch of people like Elon, Mark, Jeff, Bill, Steve Jobs, who's dead. Like, Apple will always be winning, and the man is dead, and his family never has to do anything ever again. Like, let's just be honest. If Steve Harvey were to die today, yeah, there would be some stuff, but it wouldn't be like that. He works on the Family Feud. He is the host. He has to show up. He works on the Judge Steve, which I've never watched, to be honest. When I found out that he had a judge show, I was like, for real? Really? He works on the Steve Harvey morning show. He has to show up. Yeah, he may be able to take some time off and take some vacations and travel and whatnot, but he is literally working to earn the money that he's earning. So I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't even be surprised if Marjorie has somebody else that she's dealing with, that she's getting the D from, and somebody else that she's getting more money from. Let's just be clear, because a woman who's living the type of lifestyle that she's living, like, when Shirley said that she has a hyperbaric chamber in her house. Like, really? Well, you're not working. Why can't you go to a spa on a regular basis that might have that type of equipment in the spa? You have to have that in your house. Can you imagine how much that costs? $300,000 Birkins. I mean, I'm just being honest. So to me, I do believe that some things are going on. I don't care, but I'm saying it's like that old saying, he doth protest too much. You're coming out here and you're saying a whole lot. You're giving people a timeline of events on your relationship. You're saying you're sick of people talking about your wife, sick of people dragging your wife. Nobody's out here talking about her every day. Before the rumors came out recently, was anybody talking about them? Absolutely not. So look, I don't know what's going on, but if there are legitimate claims of things not being well in Harveyville, if you remember the infamous last words of Wendy Williams when she came out to address the rumors about her husband being unfaithful when she had her show, and she came out and said all is well in Huntersville, and then everything just started crumbling after the fact. Could we see a similar situation in Harveyville? We just might. Listen, if it happens, it happens. Nobody's out here rooting for Steve's marriage to fail. But if it does, I'm quite sure his second wife is going to say, yeah, this is the karma. And it is a bit gratifying for people when they know, they really, really know a person and they know how devious they are. And when they see people like that in life, winning, it seems like you wonder, will their payback ever come? Because the Bible says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, I will repay, meaning let God handle it. But sometimes it's like, I just want to handle it myself, God. Let me do this one, But, Harvey, Steve, he loves to talk about God and the Bible, but he doesn't touch on everything. The world takes care of its own. And the Bible even says not to be envious of those that prosper in their own way, because their day soon will come. And so when you actually have an opportunity to see it happening, it can be gratifying, because it's almost like, yeah, I can build my faith up more to believe that, yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But listen, guys, I just wanted to share my thoughts on that, because listen, Shirley saying that divorce proceedings are underway, that's her saying that. We don't know if it's true, but I believe if it is happening, it's by force. She doesn't have much left. She says her job is all she really has remaining at this point in time. And two, it wasn't like she couldn't look up all of these charges herself, just like I did, just like other people who have done so have done, to see what in the hell, and really if she felt like questioning him, because really with all of that, she didn't really even have to question him. She could have just been like, Phaedra, and just be like, I'm done, not even give him the opportunity to speak his piece or answer questions that you might have, because he's a pathological liar anyway. So it's not even like you can believe anything that he says. And also with Steve, when Shirley mentioned you both are going through your own personal hell right now, if everything is all good and it's just rumors that are out here, and he mentions how she's away on grandma duty because there's another grandchild being born, who's having babies? Listen, I know they like to say, oh, the family is blended, but from what I heard, his biological children don't care for Marjorie. And from what I heard, she has 2 daughters and a son biologically. Who's having babies? The only thing I can think of is maybe her sons. If the son is either married or has a girlfriend that's having a baby, because I don't see his biological children wanting her to be there for a child that is being born from them. I don't know. I'm just wondering. I could be wrong, because from what I'm told, the other daughter that she has does not have a relationship with her, doesn't even really showcase her on social media, and vice versa. So if it's just rumors that were out there, and if Steve was so angry, why didn't he address it in that way when he was at the conference that he was at? I get it. That wasn't maybe the time to go down a timeline and history of your relationship with Marjorie, but to sit there and do all of that based on a phone call that Shirley had with Ernest that was revealed, where she just mentioned that Steve is scared of his wife. He was walking up the stairs and he got winded, and no, she's not there. She looks at them like the help, and I've never been in the house before. She would not allow us to be in the house or whatever. How is that a personal hell if you're not really going through some stuff? So it's all questionable at this point. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about that based on the things that I heard. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.